Hi friends, it's Beck the Feminist Lawyer, and excuse the face mask, I'm getting ready to do a show tonight. I'm literally playing a bearded lady, so gotta make sure the skin's okay before I start sticking stuff to it. If you haven't seen my video, The ABCs of LGBTQ, you might want to take a second to go back and watch it before you watch this video. Otherwise, let us continue our discussion. So after I posted this video, sort of explaining a bit, just a real quick overview of the difference between sexuality and gender expression, and the ACE to hypersexuality scale, etc., sort of explaining some terms and answering some questions that some folks might be afraid to ask. I have gotten some messages, and there are people in my life who have said, hey, I think that I might fit into some of these categories, but my spouse would leave me, or my church would expel me, or my family would disown me, or my community wouldn't accept me, I would get fired from my job, etc. And it makes me sad. I'm just very sad to hear these things. So the first thing I want to emphasize to you is safety first. You always need to make sure that you're safe. That is the most important thing. Above your truth, above living authentically, you got to make sure that you're safe. So don't risk your life over this stuff. Get yourself into a safe position before you start exposing your truth to people. Being queer or anything outside of the cis-het norm is actually physically dangerous in a lot of places, particularly places that are passing laws that discriminate against people like that, like places like Florida, where they will seize your child if they think you're providing gender-affirming care. So safety first, always. Now let's talk about your job. There are some places where it is illegal for them to discriminate against you based on your sexual orientation, gender identity, etc. There are some places, however, that will do things like claim religious exemption and stuff like that, and go ahead and fire you with impunity if they find out that you're gay, particularly people that work for churches or religiously affiliated organizations. And isn't it funny that they're supposed to be all about love? Meanwhile, they're firing anybody who's different from them. So definitely check out the laws in your jurisdiction, and check out, look through the contract language, the terms of your employee. That you signed when you were first hired. There are some places that have, image clauses and morality clauses and bullshit clauses like that, which I don't think should be allowed to exist, but in a lot of places they do, and they are allowed. Also, your gender expression and sexuality, you don't have to answer questions about any of that stuff at work. You just tell them it's not their business. Now let's start talking about family, friends, and church communities. And I want you to look at me and I want you to listen right now. Anyone who cannot love you in your full, authentic expression does not love you. Anyone who does not sit back in the wonder of being able to observe you being real does not love you. Anyone who is more concerned about who they want you to be than who you are does not love you. The ability to see you in your full authenticity, in living in your truth, bringing that truth to them and laying it at their feet, that's a privilege. And they should look at it like that. Anyone who comes to me and tells me their full honest truth and is vulnerable with me and lives in their authenticity with me, that is something that I am grateful for. It is a gift that that person has given me. And anybody who looks at you in any other way does not actually love you, does not actually care about you. They care more about what they think you should be than who you are. And that's not love. Please trust me when I say that you will find people. You will find people who love you exactly as you are in your full authentic expression. We're here, we're waiting for you. Please come be real with us. Anyone who tries to hold you down or put you in a box, let them go, man. For the sake of your peace, for the sake of your health, please just let them go. Those are not the people that are meant for you. You should be able to relax in your skin and not be afraid of people seeing who you really are. If you are afraid of someone seeing who you are, that is not one of your people. Please don't go to churches that do this. Please don't keep friends that do this. And please, for the love of God, don't marry people who do this. And don't do it to others. Please don't do it to your kids. It's our job with our kids to sit back and observe who they become, to wonder and marvel at the person that they are becoming, and to just support them in who they are. It is not up to us to force them to be somebody that we thought of before they were ever born. They are not objects of our ownership. They are human people, and they are meant to be a certain way. They are a certain way. Nobody knows better who they are than they do. And nobody knows better who you are than you do. You need to tell us who you are. Don't let anyone tell you who you are. And if nothing else, you got a feminist lawyer out here in Georgia who loves your guts out. Stay safe out there, friends. Keep fighting the good fight.